I'm delighted to have this opportunity to tell you a bit about our School of Biological Sciences. I'm Lindy Holden Dye, I'm Professor of Neuroscience and I'm Head of the School of Biological Sciences. And I'm here together with David Rustling, who's a lecturer in biochemistry and also has the important role of overseeing student experience in our school. So what that means is he carries the grand title of Director of Student Experience. In practice, he liaises with our students to obtain feedback and with other academics in the school to ensure that the education we can deliver is the best it could possibly be. And what we'd like to do is take these few minutes just to explain to you what kind of educational experience you might expect if you chose to come to Southampton. And right at the outset, I think a really important thing to say is that at Southampton, research and education genuinely do go hand in hand, and that creates a very exciting experience in which to receive your education. I think the best way to illustrate that is for David to give you some examples. So David, what would you say research-led education is like for a student?
Well, Lindy, I could probably waffle on about how the research undertaken by our staff feeds directly into our curriculum. But I think it's much more interesting to mention how the research of our students actually does the same. Many of you will undertake a lab-based research project in the third year of your degree that will go on to form the basis of your dissertation. For example, at the start of this academic year, I supervised a small cohort of students who went on to obtain some neat data on a project associated with DNA pharmacology. And I'm actually quite excited by our findings. Not only has this research contributed to an article that I'm about to submit for publication, but I will also be including some of this research in my lecture material next semester. Other students have also completed projects in labs that undertake research in cancer therapy, neurodegenerative disorders, and quite relevant at the moment, understanding the novel coronavirus.
Thanks, David. I think that serves to illustrate how working alongside active researchers can be exciting for students and give them opportunities to get engaged with research projects that they might not otherwise have. I know that one of my tutees at the moment is working on some COVID-related research. He was recruited by one of the teams, and so it's really fantastic for students. The other thing I would say is that, of course, when you come to university, you're going to have to work hard to learn some quite complicated topics. So they need to be fascinating and exciting, and knowing that you're working with groups and that you're being taught by individuals who are really involved in leading research, that does provide that kind of exciting environment that can engage you in your education and make it seem really worthwhile and help you. No matter what you go on to do, whether you go on to become a researcher or if you go into some other field, it will equip you with lots of skills that will set you up well for further employment. I think the other thing that I'd like to just say about our school is the way that academics really do like to engage and provide support for our students. So, it's a challenging time coming to university, particularly at the moment, actually. And we've learnt a lot over this last few months of how we can support students in additional ways. And I think, David, maybe you could just give some examples of how we work with our students to support them.
This is also very true, Lindy. We have a large network of staff that help ensure that our students receive appropriate academic and pastoral support. But more importantly, we also have an enthusiastic student cohort that from day one will help you feel part of a diverse academic community. We have a BioSoc committee that is run by second and third year students that will help you make the most of your time in Southampton. For example, during the induction process, they will assign you BioSoc parents who will give you a greater insight into the everyday running of the university, as well as what it's like to live in the city of Southampton. The committee is also heavily involved in organising the sport and social activities we offer outside of your academic studies. We also have an academic president and academic representatives for each of our courses, and they play an essential part in making your voice heard. They're elected by you through our student union and provide a vital role in listening and relaying any issues you may have relating to your course directly to our staff. We meet with our academic reps on a regular basis, officially at least 4 times a year, but more informally at tea and talk sessions run throughout the semesters. These have been particularly successful during recent lockdown, and it's been great to see some familiar faces staring back at us on our computer screens. We can perhaps not overstate how much we enjoy hearing what our students have to say and how we can tailor our teaching to the changing needs of our students. There are also many other opportunities you have to have your voice heard. For example, we offer modular evaluation questionnaires at the end of each semester, which we pick apart in some detail to see what we are doing right and what we can improve on. and our staff are always on tap to speak to our students directly or via telephone or email. Having studied here in Southampton myself, I certainly vouch for how much of a close-knit community the School of Biological Sciences really is.
I would agree. We place a very high importance on student experience and on making the school feel like a community for our undergraduates. The comments we get from our students show that they do feel supported. And of course this is all the more important in these unsettling and challenging times. And so the fact that we have this capability within the school, I think, should lend confidence to students who are thinking of applying to Southampton to study biological sciences. These are challenging times, but we are here to provide a great education. I would say there's never been a better time to get involved in life sciences. The experience of the last couple of months have shown how important life sciences research is, everything from understanding disease vectors in the ecosystem through to vaccine development. So I think I'll finish there. I hope we've given you some idea of what a student experience at Southampton might be like. We do provide research-led education. I hope you think it's for you. Whatever you choose to do, I wish you the very best of luck.